Hello everyone and welcome to today's session, Creating Your Cybersecurity Career Roadmap, Essential Skills for Today's Workplace. I am Shilpa and I'll be your host for the day. We would like to go over a few house rules for our attendees. The session will be in listen only mode and will last for an hour, out of which the last 10 minutes will be dedicated to Q&A. If you have any questions during the webinar, to organizers or our speaker, use the Q&A window. Also, if you face any audio-video challenges, please check your internet connections or you may log out and log in again. An important announcement for certificate of attendance. Participants need to attend the complete webinar to qualify for the certificate. Also, should fill in the survey form, which will be sent in the attendees thank you email and answer correctly the 3 multiple choice questions based on the webinar. The certificate of attendance shall be sent to you within the next 5 to 7 working days after the event. About our speaker for today's session, Faisal Gauri is a cybersecurity scholar with over 18 years of experience delivering high-value projects in the cybersecurity and payment technology space. He has published 6 research papers in the International Journal of Computer Science and Information Security. He holds a master's degree in cybersecurity from EC Council University and is currently pursuing a doctorate in cybersecurity leadership. He has been a key influencer and contributor to the creation of technology ecosystems that facilitate organizational excellence by leveraging innovative thinking across geographies. Faisal is an adept data center expert who has effectively led solid and resilient teams with a total project portfolio of more than USD 3 billion. Without any further delay, I would hand over the session to you, Faisal.
Thank you, Shilpa. Thanks for the detailed introduction about me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. It's my honor to present you something based out of my experience. And this is very critical topic we have today, which is the cybersecurity career roadmap or the essential skills. I will not take much of your time. I will go through quickly to the other slides. Most of the slides you will notice is based on my own experience. So let's start. Keeping up with cybersecurity challenges is, as the topic name suggests, a challenge. Here, what I mean is there are different technologies where keep evolving and we need to keep up to date. But cybersecurity is one of the trade where you don't have a chance to ignore or avoid something. You have to be updated, otherwise you don't have any other option. If you don't have consistency, if you don't have commitment to keep yourself up to date on regular basis, then cybersecurity is not your field. So this is the discernible before we moving forward, that if you are not that type of person, I would say first we need to build this skill before moving forward to any cybersecurity field or skills. We will go through with the conventional skills model. What are the actually basically conventional skills and what are the, in my opinion, the default skills, or you can say you must have the skills before going into the detailed professional skills of the cybersecurity. So as a cybersecurity professional, I'm expecting you to possess the essential IT skills. What I mean essential IT skills are you should have a overall overview of the computing, how computing work, how they interact with each other, what are the topologies, then basic understandings of the hacking, that how usually hackers mind work. I'm not going into details about the behavioral sciences and other understanding of hackers mind, but I'm going very low level and basic level of information you should have where how hacking is working. Then the third is essential networking and communication. I believe this is the most important for the cybersecurity, because majority of the cybersecurity work based on the network and communications. So this is the backbone. So you should focus on mostly on networking and communication skills. For an example, which ports is used for what services, what protocol, what are the different insecure and secure protocols. So you should know this before moving to the detailed cybersecurity career. Then knowledge of security across various platforms. So we know there are virtualization nowadays. There are blockchain technology. There are different platforms. There are power machines. There are x86. There are Linux. So nowadays cloud computing. So we should know all these different platform and how security evolve around these platforms, because security between each platform vary based on the different protocols and based on the different requirements. The last one, in my opinion, but it's not least, the fundamental computer forensic skills. I'm not expecting this means you should have certified forensic skills here, but fundamental how to investigate if in case of any incident happen, uh, or in let me rephrase this. This is kind of information gathering skill where you know if something happened, how to gather the information about your network, about your environment before going further to investigate in details. So in my opinion, all these above skills are default or mandatory for any basic cybersecurity professional. A cybersecurity professional is further expected to remain up to date in terms news and information. Where what I mean is basically uh, if you are working within your own environment and you are not in touch with the outer world, what's going on, which zero-day virus is appearing, which part of the world, how they are tackling, what information, what technology. So you need to keep following the blogs and news related to your specific trade. So you should be up to date all the time, daily basis. Now this is, in my opinion, is very important for all of us. I'm assuming most of my audience today is students, so I would suggest keep your focus on this slide where we are saying, okay, we have the basic skill. In previous slide we discussed we are good to go enter into the cybersecurity market. Now how to make a difference. So in my opinion, and based on my personal experience, which I will share with you shortly, these are the things, 5 things you should have to make the impact in any environment. So for example, we are seeing actions which really differentiate between the competence of profession, technical aptitude. So you should have, within the cybersecurity, you should have technical aptitude. So for example, I graduated for my bachelor's 20 years ago. And since then, if I doesn't have the technical aptitude, I would never go for masters after 20 years of completing my graduation. So that's technical aptitude mentality gave me the push to further upgrade myself as master. So some people have different aptitudes. Some people have artistic aptitude. Some people have different approach to take the things. So technical aptitude, if you have, then you are very good to make the difference in your field. All these 5 items where we are talking is actually interlinked to each other as well and sequential as well. So next one is attention to details. So if you are doing the cyber security analyst work or any analyst work and daily you are reviewing the logs, and if you are not attention to detail person, that's mean there might be a chance you are going to overlook some of the information which may impact your organization day or later or any other time. But if you are attention to detail, you will definitely pick up in advance before something is happening to your organization. The third one is problem solving skill. Now, problem solving skills I would break into two different. One is the problem solving preemptive way, and one is the problem solving in time at the time of the incident happened. So preemptive way, if you are in attention to detail, you already pick up someone tried to enter into my network or someone tried to enter into my environment through this. Now you have the information, and now by using this information, by utilizing your problem solving skills, you are going to at least take some action and make some solution to close that entrance for that attempt. So at least if someone is trying to attempt again, it will not be able to compromise the same access which had been done previously. Now, the next one is desire to learn. This is always the case. If you have desire to learn, in my case, I had a desire to learn. That's why I started my master's after 20 years completion of my graduation, because I wanted to continue my skills, upskilling my skills, even at this point of my experience and age. So this is also makes the difference. If you have desire to learn, you can prove. Now you got all these fours. You have technical aptitude. You are attention to detail person. You have problem solving skills. I missed the other part of the problem solving skills where was actually at the time of incident is something else happened. How quick you can keep yourself focused, working under pressure and solve the problem. This is also you need to work on. The fourth, now you got the desire to learn. Now what is next? Continual education and reskilling. Why? Because you might be very strong in all four. You are already very highly talented. But how to tell the rest of the world that you can do it? How to enable? For example, I'm doing the project management since 18 years. And in the project management field, if I'm telling I'm the project manager, uh, it will not make the difference until I will show them I am the PMP certified or I am the PGMP or PFMP certified project manager. That's really makes the difference. So the next last one we are talking here is continual education and upskilling by doing certification specific to your trade. Now let's go into the details of each one of them. We said technical aptitude can make a big difference in your upskilling. So where we are saying cybersecurity is a technology focused field, we know that this is very technology focused field. We should have technical aptitude. Uh, Professionals are tasked to provide real-time security solutions. We discussed that there might be a situation where something happened and you have to provide the real-time solution without having wasting single time. So this technical aptitude will help you to drive such kind of solutions. Uh, Technical aptitude or being a technology savvy is an essential field. You cannot ignore this in part of your cybersecurity career. Now, technical aptitude has multiple. So what we are discussing below are few of them, not limited to ability to reason with logic. So we know this is technology-based field. This is cybersecurity. This is not based on the belief system. This is technology always based on the logic system. So you need to ability to reason with logic always. Then you should we discuss this problem solving ability, which is coming again later as well in detail. But within the part of your technical aptitude, you have to have problem solving ability technically to cope up with the solution. Then next, where we are talking about the critical thinking. So you already pick up someone who is trying to penetrate in your network or environment, and now you start using your problem solving ability to see this was really the incident or this is something I overlooked or what happened. Then your critical thinking will help you to identify, oh no, this was not actually the what we call the black hat person. This was actually the white hat guy, which is the guy took the permission from my environment to penetrate into my environment for the penetration testing or something else. So this critical thinking will help you to go into that decision. Then yes, this is technology and this is cybersecurity to numerical computation and numerical reasoning. This is you must have to make the impact. Uh, we are talking here about the statistics, we are talking here about the trends. So for example, uh, last 8 months, I have that much number of incidents, monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis. That was the trend, and now trend is going up or trend is going down. So you should have this numerical computation and numerical reasoning in order to improve yourself. Now let's go on the attention to details topic, where I think we are expecting to be cybersecurity professionals should be highly vigilant and detail-oriented person. So if you are the analyst and if you are the person who is going to investigate, or you are going to be threat analyst, you have to be very vigilant and detail-oriented. You cannot do the skimming and you can move forward. The next one we are talking is able to maintain high accuracy and thoroughness. Okay, I may be a person who can forecast, who can get the information, and I can, through my analysis, I can share my information. But is it really accuracy? So I have to be highly accurate and thoroughness all the time in order to keep up my cybersecurity skills. Now, next one, ability to quickly identify concerns and come up with real-time security solutions. Now, this is the similar what we were discussing, that under the pressure, when you are under the incident and something happened, you have no time to come up with a real-time security solution. And this has happened once your personality is attention to detail. This has happened once you improve your behavior around this trait. Then good in time management skills, analytical skills, active listening, and observations. This is, I believe, especially active listening and observation skills are very, very critical within the cybersecurity, in within any subfield of the cybersecurity, irrespective. But this is very important to have active listening, because if you are active listener, then you will start collecting so many data and information which you are overlooking or missing or ignoring in your passive listening mode. So this is very critical. You should have active listening. You should have observational skills. uh, I agree there are people who don't have all these skills, but here we are discussing these are the skills we need to upskill, we need to upgrade ourselves, we need to work on our behavior management to improve ourselves and start making the impact in the cybersecurity field. Now coming back again to problem solving skills. So we have to have creative in our approach. We have to have ability to address complex information security problems in no time, where we are saying, if I don't have technical aptitude, if I don't know which port is working with which protocol, or which protocol is secure, which is not secure, which is UDP, which is TCP, I'm talking very basic level. So if I have this information and if I have a problem solving skills, then I will be very easily able to address complex information security problems within no time. Then I have to be able to diagnose problems. Diagnostic skills, I need to improve, diagnose problem, then after identify or diagnose the problem, then modeling, then analyze the data. There are tools available for such things, but why in the beginning of the career, I would really suggest if people start doing this manually, identify the problem, then start making the model themselves and then analyze these data. That will really help to improve your problem solving skills. But then knowledge able of intuition and prevention systems. Now there are multiple intuition detection systems, there are multiple prevention systems, and we should have detailed knowledge of these systems, how they are working, how they are connecting, how they are detecting, and how they are preventing any cyber threat within our environment. Now let's come back to the last but not the least one, where we said after having everything, we should have desire to learn. So cybersecurity professionals should keep up with the pace of ever-evolving cybersecurity. We know technology is evolving regularly, but cybersecurity is one of the field which is evolving not daily, I believe the hourly basis. So we need to keep up to date ourselves every second, every minute. Things are different in what was the cybersecurity last 5 years and what is cybersecurity now is totally different. So this is not the case with, for example, networking. I believe other fields, other technologies are evolving, but not up to this rapid space what cybersecurity is evolving. Then we have to have commitment to keep up with the best practice and emerging industry trends. Some of the time we learn so many things and we start overlooking or ignoring such things, or for example applying the best practice on ourselves or industry trends. There is always the case these best practice is there for some purpose, these industry trends are there for some purpose. These are the case studies which was happened in the past and that's why they are there. So we need to be committed to keep up ourselves with these best practices. And in this field, I believe quick learner or very fast to adapt the new things and new technology. This is the key here within your desire to learn. Now we got everything. Now how to be continual education and upskilling. So this can be done through various different form. How we will be gauged? We will be gauged through either continuous education. For example, in my case, I was doing very well. I had multiple other certification within my field in project management. I was highly recognized, but no one understand me as a cybersecurity. How they start knowing me as a cybersecurity guy in last few years? Once I starting did my research, once I started publishing my research papers, once I got admission in EC Council University for my master's in cybersecurity. I was the first president of the student research club of the EC Council University. So this has happened because of my continuous education. Now people around me and then people around them started to knowing that I am also a cybersecurity person. So this helped me how people are gauging you. This is through your continuous education. Then continual your upskilling. Now continual upskilling we discussed in previous slides as well, and we are discussing a few after this as well. These upskillings are two categories. One are your technical upskilling, and second is your behavioral. Now, behavior upskilling, which we discussed in previous slides, this is very key. I remember in our master course, we had a 4 or 5 different uh, courses for the behavioral sciences where we studied how cyber criminal mind works. So we need to know because all of us, either we are black hat, gray hat, or white hat, or cyber, ethical hacker, or cyber attacker. In all cases, we are human beings. So we need to know how human mind works. Cyber security is all about behavioral sciences. So if you want to excel yourself in this field, that's mean you need to be always ahead of the criminal mind. In order to always ahead of the criminal mind, you need to upskilling your soft skills as well. The next one is earning new certifications. There are so many certifications, there are so many websites available which are providing different information, but which you need to categorize which one is accepted in the industry. This is the key. Which one is recognized and accredited? So you need to make the differentiate among them. Otherwise, you may have a free certification or low cost certification, and later said you will get to know that okay, no one is accepting this certification. I have not only waste my money, I have wasted my time, which is very expensive nowadays, and I have also wasted my other resources. So you need to be very careful once we are selecting any certification. You need to pick the right one, in my opinion. Now let's go back to the EC Console program. I'm not going into the detail how EC Console emerged and how they started working back in 2000, early 2000 in USA, what they are doing. So you have Google, you have internet, you can search and you can get all of these information. But what I would suggest here, EC Console have so many industry level certifications and programs available on their website. I'm just highlighting few of them here, which definitely will help students to learn the new skills. So within the cybersecurity, for example, you have different other skills as well, or I would say sub skills as well. So if you are kind of a guy, you have very analytical skills, you are vendor neutral, you are not specific to enter any vendor, then this forensic investigator, which is the first one, is the only NC accredited certification available in the market, which is providing vendor neutral digital forensic certification. So if you are that kind of guy, go for that forensic investigator. If you are a guy who is more working closely with the cloud, then go with the cloud security engineer. This is again vendor neutral, but also providing you an opportunity within the certification program how to work with the different platforms like Amazon, AWS, Azure, Microsoft, GCP, Google cloud platform. So you will have hands-on theoretical and practical both part of this certification. I will not go through with all these certification, but I'm just giving you few key of these certification to make yourself how to differentiate each of them and which one is good for you. So if you are a again analytical mind and you are working evidence-based knowledge, then you are right person for certified threat intelligence analyst. And this is one of the fastest growing certification in my opinion, where all of the organization wanted threat certified and intelligence analysts in their organization to prevent the threat and attacks before it appears on the surface. So this is one of the wonderful certification available in this market. Then others are very general. For example, if you are BCM, business continuity guy, or disaster recovery guy, then you have DRP, disaster recovery professional. If you are application based guy, then within the application, if you are .NET, then you have .NET. If you are a Java guy, then you have Java. And if you more into web applications rather than normal applications, then you have a web application hacking and security certification. There are a lot of more certification programs available on ECCU website. I would highly recommend go through and start comparing each one of them and selecting which one is good for you. Uh, I'm almost done. As you know, my name is Faisal Gauri. Here is my contact information available in case you need to contact me. Otherwise, you are most welcome to contact me through the ECCU or EC Console. I started my discussion around my experience. I would like to finish the same discussion around my experience as well. In my opinion, if you are cybersecurity, if you really want to excel yourself into cybersecurity, not the mediocre, not the only management level, then you have to work non-technical or soft skills and behavioral sciences more than the technical. This is what I have tried on myself, and I would say it really worked and helped me a lot. Thank you. That's it from my side. Over to you, Shilpa.
Thank you very much, Faisal, for an informative session, and our attendees share the same sentiments. Uh, if you are interested to learn more about our programs, do let us know in the poll that's going to be conducted now. Let us know your preferred mode of training, and we will reach out to you. Faisal, shall we start with the Q&A?
Yes, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Our first question is by Manoj Kumar Sahu. What topics in Python we have to cover for cybersecurity?
Sorry, come again. What topics in?
What topics in Python we have to cover for cybersecurity?
Okay. So basically, we are here talking generically about the cyber security. This we didn't cover in technically specific to any trade, but if you are talking about the Python within the cyber security, then there are multiple other certifications available for the application based or for the coding based security with EC console. I would happily refer for such person who wanted to work more on the application-based cybersecurity to go for that certification.
Thank you, Faisal, for answering that question. Our next question is by Chandrakant Ramaswamy. What can be considered as real-time security solutions?
There are multiple real-time security solutions available in the market. Uh, So for an example, there are few vendor-based solutions. I believe I have limitation not to talk about third parties here, but without naming any vendor, I would say there are multiple vendor-based and open source real-time solutions available for the cybersecurity. If someone wanted to really the vendor-based specific information, they can reach out to me. I will share that information.
Thank you, Faisal. Our next question is by Christian. Some reports mention that there is gap of cybersec professionals, but in the same way, the companies do not bring opportunities in the field. What do you think?
I believe this is the right statement. Yes, there are uh, a gap between the cybersecurity and the jobs available in the market. But this vary region by region. So, for an example, in the cybersecurity market of the Europe or cybersecurity market of the North American, they have a lot of jobs and they are lacking the resources in the market. However, in our part of the world, if we are talking about the Middle East or if we are talking about the India and South Asia market, yes, we have a lot of resources available, but less opportunity in the market. I agree with this statement.
Thank you, Faisal. Our next question is by Chandrakant. What to do when infrastructure is overwhelmed by intrusion? How to safeguard critical systems?
Again, this is very subjective question where we are talking about uh, intrusion detection system. It depends which kind of intrusion IDS or IPS you have implemented in your environment. But following the best practices, following the industry standards will help you to protect or safeguard your environment if you really implemented the IDS and IPS within your environment. I know there are cases where you have IDS, where you have IPS, but still people are able to penetrate in your network. So it depends which topology you are using, which applications you are using, how you are following the best practices and industry standards. So this is very subjective. I would not be able to answer in detail in terms of without knowing what is the real use case of that situation.
Thank you, Faisal. Our next question is, what are the steps to take as an analyst when the bad actor is trying to access at the moment now?
This is the skills we talk about, where we are saying you should have attention to details and problem solving skills. So if you are working in the as an analyst, and we gave the example in the session as well, webinar as well, that you got the someone penetrated in your network. Now you have the logs. You already identify by using your attention to details and problem solving skills. You can be a preemptive, reactive in a reactive mode. You can close those sessions. You can kill those sessions to allow this attacker or hacker to further penetrate in your environment. So having such skills is mandatory, not as an analyst only, as a cybersecurity professional. This will help you to protect yourself and your environment being such kind of attacks.
Thank you, Faisal, for answering that question. Our next question is, what is your opinion about artificial intelligence in cybersec, and what are the skills required in both fields?
Okay, what I would not go for the what are the skills required for both field, because we discuss in details about the skills required in this field. Artificial intelligence is a technology which is a buzzword nowadays in the market since last few years. It is emerging very rapidly, but this is not the unknown. It is known technology now, and cybersecurity is working hand by hand with the artificial intelligence, because this is one of the what I would say, one of the technology where if it goes differently what we are planned or what we are expect, it will be a big disaster. So I believe having a cybersecurity profession and upgrade your skills along with these artificial intelligence will definitely help nowadays in any professional. So what skills, I will skip that question, that what skills required to be a cybersecurity profession, because this webinar we discussed this a lot already.
Thank you, Faisal, for answering that question. Our next question is by Augustine. Which route should we choose when venturing into cybersecurity?
It depends on person by person, or very person by person. For example, in my case, when I started my cyber security career, uh, I am network background person. I started my career with the network. I am graduated with information technology. Then I have done the back 20 years back CCNA and other networking courses certification that defined my foundation. So as a person, I since beginning I had a technical aptitude. I had a technical background, very strong foundation. So going into the cyber security was never difficult for me, even after 20 years of the gap. So going back to the question, if the person have such kind of aptitude, if the person have strong technical foundation, then it's very easy to start the career either with the research route or either with the certification route. So it vary based on their personal behavior and what is the objective of that person. If the objective of the person is just to skill the cybersecurity for the sake of initial career or is long term. So this will vary the approach. You may go through the research and then you may go up to the PhD level. This is what I'm trying to achieve in my career. Or you may start with the certifications. There are so many different websites available. You can practice, you have labs, you can do the certification, and you can continue as is. So the answer will be, it depends on the objective. The situation will vary.
Thank you, Faisal. We'll take last two questions for the day. Our next question is by Christiania. What can be done to prevent, protect, and correct the current threats in the internet security?
Uh, what I understood, uh, can you repeat it again, Shilpa? Because I
Yes,
think I
yes.
misinterpreted incorrectly.
I'll, re- I'll repeat. What can be done to prevent, protect, and correct the current threats in the internet security?
Okay. Now, this is very vast kind of question. If we are talking about overall internet security, yeah, definitely we as an individual have very limited resources and capability to protect the internet security. But as an individual, for our own sake or for our own gadgets and devices, internet security, there are so many controls available to protect ourselves. We need to always, this was what we discussed in continuing education as was, always follow the best practice and industry trends. This is where you will be able to protect yourself and people around yourself as well from internet threats. There is one issue which is very common in our nowadays part of our world, which is, for example, phishing and different cyber threats in the market. So, which can be done only by generating the awareness. Even though if you are aware and I am aware what is phishing, doesn't mean the person next sitting to me is aware what is phishing. So we need to keep generating such awareness to protect ourselves, literate people around us, to protect themselves as well. I believe this is the best way to protect from the internet.
Thank you so much, Faisal, for answering that question. And last question is by Brian. What are the steps involved in cybersecurity for one to be a penetration tester under Red Hat?
He mean Red Hat as a technology, or he mean maybe referring to the white hat? But if he's talking about Linux technology as a penetration testing, I believe CEH certified ethical hacking of the EC console is the best certification where you have very detailed knowledge about the Linux and Unix systems and how to penetrate and how to be an ethical hacker of such system. And all of these steps are available part of that certification.
Thank you so much, Faisal. Thank you again to our wonderful speaker for answering those questions and for the great presentation and the knowledge shared with our global audiences. It was a pleasure to have you with us, and we are looking for more and more sessions with you. Before we conclude our webinar, Faisal, would you like to give a message to our audiences, please?
I will go very shortly what we discussed in very first slide. If you really wanted to continue with the cybersecurity, the commitment and consistency is the key. Because we discussed in detail in the webinar that cybersecurity is the technology which is evolving on hourly and second basis. So if you are committed, if you are consistent, never give up, you will be definitely make them back for yourself and for people around you. And wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much for the message to our audiences, Faisal. Before we end the session, I would like to announce our next Cyber Talk session, Secure and Resilient Public Services, which is scheduled for July 27, 2022. The session is an expert presentation by Michelle Mayo, Managing Director and Senior Security Executive, North America Public Services Security Lead. To register for this session, please do go visit our website www.eccu.edu cybertalks. Link is given in the chat section. Hope to see you all on July 27th. With this, we end the session. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you so much, Faisal.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.